A lot of us have been going through this month and feeling like somebody's just pulling that rug from under our feet. A lot of different things from our past are showing up, like things out of the left field, people getting sick, getting news that are not pleasant. All kinds of things are showing up this month. And the month is not over yet. I mean, we're almost there, but it's going out with a bang. And this I have seen in a lot of people, most of my clients, me included, of things that are showing up for us. And they're showing up for us to clear and release so that we can activate our new DNA coding. Okay, we have been receiving new DNA coding light codes throughout the entire last year, and it has come and gone different ways, a lot of it through the solar flares. And we need to release the parts that are no longer serving us, the parts that are lower frequency energies, things that all beliefs, all patterns of things that we have been playing around. They need to release from our bodies so that these new activations can become actually active. And that's what's happening. So if you have been seeing yourself going back into that cycle, repeating things, things coming out of nowhere, and then feeling like, what is going on? I have done all this work, or I have um, gone down the rabbit hole, and why is this showing up for me again? It's not showing up for you again. It is the leftover of what you have already processed. And if you haven't been doing the work and you had just been feeling like this whirlwind of things happening, well, it's coming up for you to release, because this energy is not going to allow us to take with us any of the old stuff into the new earth, into the new you, into the 5D. So all of the codings that we have been receiving are now really becoming activated. And it's like, okay, this is a new thing, and this is a new thing. And the way that you're going to know that this is happening for you is that you're going to feel like you have no idea what day it is anymore. 2 days feel like a month, and then today feels like a whole week has gone by. It's like time is no longer making sense. We don't know, like, where the week went, where the month went. I mean, seriously, like, look at the date, right? Like, what happened to September? It's almost gone. So all of these things are happening. Other ways that you can see and feel that this is happening for you is going to be in, like, things are just not making sense. Like somebody saying something to you and you're like, I wasn't even thinking that, or like, I wasn't attracting that, I was not in that energy. Why is this showing up for me? But then here's the really good part that's going to show up for you, and that is that you're going to notice that you're going to be able to transmute whatever's happening, whatever's being thrown at you, so much faster. So let's say it's the same situation and you recognize, like, okay, I that's a pattern. I've gone through that pattern. And in the past, it would make you feel really bad, and you would go down that spiral of feeling sorry for yourself, or feeling not good enough, or any of those things. And it would take you several days, maybe weeks, for you to recover from it. So let's say, for example, a breakup, right, from an old BF. And you have this breakfast, and then you're like dwelling on what happened, wanting this person back, um, feeling like you're completely lost without them, like this whole spiral, right? And could have taken you a really long time to get over it. And then when it comes up now, it could be a memory of it, the same person, a different person, but it's the same situation type of thing. And then you feel it and you're like in that spiral, but then you realize, huh, I've done this before. I got over it, or I got through it. And so now I can get through it. And you can feel and notice that you get through it so much quicker, so much faster. So instead of taking weeks or even months, maybe it's going to take you a few hours. Sometimes maybe a couple of days, but it's not going to be that really long, drag out time where you are like just mulling over yourself, feeling sorry for yourself, not living life because you're just living in the past of that moment. Does that make sense? So these are ways that you realize that, oh, this is not the same exact thing that's happening for me. It is the same type of pattern, but I am in a completely different place now. And so I can transmute it and face it and release it so much quicker, so much faster. And then I can move on to the next thing. And that's what we're being asked to do right now. We're being asked to face it, feel it, release it, let it go, right? It's kind of like throwing out the trash, okay? So I'm putting all the trash in the trash bag in the kitchen, and now what am I going to do? I'm going to just keep it there and like smell it and watch it just become rotting and worse for the whole week? Or am I just going to grab that bag and throw it outside and put a new bag? That's what we're doing. That's the energy of this month. So if you're seeing a lot of stuff coming up for you and you feel yourself going down the spiral, pay attention and stop yourself and realize, like, okay, I've done this, I've been here before, I've done this already, and now I know how to release it, right? So how do you release it? You pay attention, you see what it is from an outside perspective, and then you release it. How do we release it? You release it by changing your mind, your perspective, the way that you're seeing it. So let's go back to like a breakup, right? So I'm not good enough. I'm going to be alone forever. I'm so sad without them. I'm not complete, right? Any type of thoughts like that would have been your past. Now it's like, oh, can't believe this happened again. I feel terrible. This is so sad. I was so happy. I can still be happy. Huh. Maybe it's for the best that this person left now before I got in deeper. Hmm. Okay, now I'm paying attention to how I'm feeling. I'm not just going down that spiral. I'm going down, 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 all of the negative thoughts that are already embedded in my head. But now I'm putting a stop to each one and I'm questioning it. I'm just watching it and I'm questioning it. Could I be happy without them? Could I get through this? I got through it before. Of course, I can get through it now. I've already done the steps. I kind of know what steps to take. Did I become happy after the first breakup? Then that means I can also be happy after this breakup. Do you see what I'm going with this? You begin to see your past experience with your present experience, and you begin to realize that it's not the end of the world and that you do not need to keep going down that negative spiral and live there. Now you realize, like, oh, okay, this is where I am. I've done this before. Let's just get rid of it, right? Throw out the trash. And now that you've thrown out the trash, begin to dream what you want. So begin to put into um, the field what you want, right? So you begin to see yourself happy, begin to do things that make you feel happy, joyful, go out with friends, take yourself out, buy yourself flowers, whatever it is that makes you feel good, and begin to live in that moment, noticing that, it wasn't so hard to move on this time. But here's another thing, because it's not all about breakups, right? That was just one example. If it's something that's happening that it feels like this is terrible, like let's say somebody gets diagnosed with something and we're going down that gloom and doom space of a diagnosis that's given to us, right? Well, is this really the worst thing that could happen? And most of you are going to say, yes, that is the worst thing that could happen. But begin to try to see what good could come out of this. And I know that a lot of times when we're in the middle of that space, we're like, nothing good can come out of this. And I'm right there with you. But looking back at your all experiences, when things have happened, you may be able to begin to see the good things that came out of something that was tragic, right? And so begin to see what you can see that's good about the moment. So we're not looking at the loom and doom diagnosis of like, oh, that's going to happen, right? Like, oh, somebody's is going to get worse and worse and lose their life and they're not going to be with us anymore, which is pretty bad looking at it from the 3D perspective of the human body and the human being. But if you begin to acknowledge, like, well, we're all actually going to die sometime. And now this one, I kind of have an idea. So let's make the best of it. Let's make the most of what we have and begin to really cherish and be present. Cherish the person, cherish our relationship, and be present in the moment. Like, have fun with what we have, right? Because, I mean, let's face it, any of us can just walk out and get hit by a car and cross over today, tomorrow, right? We don't know. But when someone has an illness that is terminal, and we know this, and the whole gloom and doom and sadness and anger comes up, what we're doing is we're grieving the actual passing ahead of time. When the person's still alive, when the person's still here, when you still have so much time and moments that you can create in love and joy and experience more of them, get closer to them, maybe, right? All of those opportunities are there for you because you know that you have a limited amount of time, which we all have a limited amount of time. We just don't think about it, right? We're not thinking about when it's going to happen. But when we have some type of diagnosis, that's something that that we tend to do. We tend to begin to grieve right now, as opposed to living right now, which is what we could all be doing right now, whether there is a diagnosis or not. So going back to where I started, that a lot of us are going through a lot of really difficult challenges right now. Begin to notice where you are, what they are, how you managed them before, and how you can release them now from your body, from your energetic field, so much faster. And then once you begin to do that, begin to fill yourself with light. So you can open up your crown chakra, which I always imagine having like a daisy flower sitting on top of my head, opening all of its petals outwards, and then allowing divine light to enter your crown and come right through the center of your body, touching your heart and going down your center, connecting with your root chakra, which is right between your hips. And then you can send that light all the way down through your legs, out your feet, and all the way to the center of the earth, and allowing divine light to just follow and enter your body and fill you up. So you fill yourself up with more and more light, divine light, high frequency light. And as it's moving down, you're sending down and washing off any negative energy, any old thoughts, any old beliefs that are no longer serving you. You're filling yourself more with light. And just by doing that, you know what happens? You're raising your frequency. You raise your frequency because you're literally releasing lower frequencies of doubt, of sadness, anger, jealousy, right? You're releasing them by filling yourself with divine light, and it's pushing out of your body all of the lower frequencies. And you're just by doing that, raising your frequency. When you raise your frequency, you know what happens? You begin to feel instantly better. You begin to radiate more light yourself, and that's your light because you are activating your light within by bringing in more universal light within your body. And now you are radiating your light out. You're happier, you're more joyous, you're in a better mood, you're more optimistic. You can to see the good in things when before you couldn't because you were residing at a lower frequency. You are able to switch, to change, to shift whatever's happening for you right now, whatever's coming at you this month that is showing up, you're able to watch it, right? Acknowledge it, release it, and then fill yourself with light. That's all you have to do. And then your frequency will get higher. You'll see the next step. You'll see how things end up flowing in a much better way, in a much easier way. You're going to feel happier. You're going to see different options for you that you cannot see when you're residing at a lower frequency, and your own energy, because it's a higher frequency, is going to be so enticing to those around you. So if you're doing the work, if you're doing this, your family, your friends, anyone who's around you is going to feel that you're going to uplift them just by your light. You're becoming that light. You are the light. Like the light walking into a dark room, right? I say that's a completely dark room, and you bring in the light, there's no more darkness. You begin to be the light for everything, so you can see everything else. You can see different options. You can see different opportunities. You can see because the light is shining upon them. Whereas without the light, you don't see anything and you just feel fearful, right? And small and unable to do anything. But when you are the light, when you're turning in your light, you release the lower frequencies, and then not only are you able to see, but you can also help others see because you're shining the light on the dark. All right, guys, That's the message for today. If you like this message and you want to hear more of this, please subscribe. Put in that little bell there so you get notified when the next one comes up. Share with other people so that more people can find this channel. And if you have any questions that you would like me to ask my guides, the angels, then put them in the comments and I will be reading through them and then picking the questions so that I can do a message to answer them for you. All right. With that, I love you and I will talk to you next time. Bye bye.